What's up, guys? Welcome to the Crypto Savvy channel. I'm Craig, and let's get into the charts. We're going to start out with the DXY, then we're going to go on to Bitcoin in the more macro, down into the daily, and then the 4-hour. Also, we're going to be taking a look at that BNB chart that we've been talking about for a long time, Ethereum, Litecoin, and let's see what's going on in these markets. As you guys know, I think we're going to go much lower, but if the market wants to get some kind of relief rally from yesterday, the traditional markets, then we may get a pump to the upside. We'll take a look at what those targets would be, but we're definitely going to focus more on the downside targets. As you guys know, I do think the true bottom will be in the end of this year. We've been talking about it for a very long time now. One thing I want to talk about real quick is everybody with the 4-year cycle, right? 4-year cycle in traditional markets also, which is the election cycle, obviously. So the 4-year cycle can continue, but it doesn't need to be a new all-time high every 4 years. And I believe that everyone's been trained to believe that it's new all-time high every 4 years for Bitcoin is a great exit liquidity strategy to get everybody, FOMOing in while they're dumping on them. So we'll see if that happens, but let's get into the charts. The DXY, you guys know I've been extremely bullish on it. We've been watching these two falling wedges. You can see the one in white and then the yellow dotted trend lines here. The measured move from the yellow dotted trend line one here is about 109. Doesn't mean it's going to happen in a day, guys. It takes time. You see how the DXY rises and falls. It takes time. But overall, this is a big bull flag here, in my opinion. We can zoom out to the weekly and just show you real quick right here. So yeah, you can see it there. Just looks like a giant bull flag with much more upside to come. But let's go back into the 4-hour, and I'm going to show you what I'm looking at in the more immediate time frame. Again, unless the markets take a little bump up today and it reverses and comes down, then that's squash. But let's take a look at our target here. If we look at this as a bull flag right here, we take a measured move of the flagpole, which would be from this break here. Let me show you guys how I do this. You take the trend and you draw a trend line from where it broke the trend here all the way to the top. And if we were to break out today at some point, our measured move is going to be around 105.5 to 105.56, somewhere in this range, right? Let's widen this up a little bit. So somewhere in here, right, where we look for a possible rejection. But if that is able to break, then in the coming weeks or days, we may get support here and come up and retest this trend line on the 106. Now, if this breaks, then we're looking for that 109, right? But again, if the markets want to pump a little bit today and recover some of yesterday's loss, we could drop all the way back down to around the 104 area, which is the 21 EMA, before continuing up. We'll keep an eye on that, see what's happening. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitter, links down below. Also, before we get into Bitcoin, take 1 second out, smash that thumbs up, and guys, share the video, get it out there. Make sure you comment below. Comments and likes are the best thing you can do for videos. It helps push the YouTube algorithm, and I do appreciate you people that actually do that, take the time out to do that. I can't stress enough how much that helps the channel, right? So let's take a look at the weekly. As you guys know, I'm looking at this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, you could look at this as a B, C, D, E. Let's redo that right now while we're on here, right here. A, B, C, D, E right here. So it would be like this, right? Whoops. Get this out of here. So we would start here. This would be our A wave here. Alternate touches. Remember that on wedges, right? So you're getting alternate touches. Remember, none of this is financial advice, but what I'm doing here is trying to give you insights on how to view the markets, right? So this would be the D, and then we have our E wave that I believe will be somewhere in between 97 and 3,700 right here is what I'm looking for, right? We can also take a look, since we're on the weekly, let's put a measured move from our widest point of the wedge over here, the red wedge, and bring it over here. That gets us to approximately 11.8 is the measured move for that. But guys, the weekly, this is huge. If we close below this 200 EMA, which is 25,582, it's probably more than likely going to be pretty quick to the downside after a close under there. So keep an eye on that this weekend. On Sunday, a close below 25,582 will be massively bearish. Here's another count, looking at this as a 5-wave structure. Now, for this count to get invalidated, you'll have to break wave 1, which is over here. And that wave 1 is 32.8. If we are able to break above that, then this count is no longer valid at all. But as you guys know, I think we have much lower to go. I do have other targets in here. You can see this is just the first low from back here in 2021, right? And a lot of people are talking about higher highs and lower lows, right? That's just in this move. This is the correction. This is the bear market rally that we were expecting after a false bottom before the true bottom, right? So what I'm looking for is this to continue to the downside over the next month or so. As you guys know, I'm expecting the bottom in sometime this month or next month is what I've been calling. Obviously, it could go a little bit further. Timing is the hardest thing to judge in markets, as most of you know if you've spent any time in the markets. But let's go into the daily time frame, and I'll show you this target here. This target is just looking at this trend line off of these wicks here, around 22.6 to somewhere in that range, right? Depending on how long it would take to hit this line. But if that breaks, that's where I would think there would be a major quick hard drop. So be careful in that range. If you guys remember back here, we were watching this falling wedge here. We had a measured move target of 31.5. I talked about it for a long time, said I would short the crap out of it if it got up there. We got to 31.849, almost dead on, and we called that way back here at the break as a possibility. I thought it was less likely we hit it, but I did say there was a possibility. And if we did, I would short the crap out of it. And that's exactly what we did. If you follow this channel, you know that. We don't change our views daily. We don't tell everybody 100,000 one day and then talk about 5,000 the next. We stick to our views because the market has patterns and we follow the patterns, right? We called all these waves down right here perfectly. This I missed. I did not think we were going to the new all-time high, but what it did was made an ABC correction, right? Overextended, and then boom. That is usually how bubbles pop, right? I do not think this bubble is done popping. This is the daily. If you guys were following the channel right back here, we had these right here. These targets that are made in here were put in there over a year and a half ago, right? We had these targets. You can see we are getting support again on that 25,000 target. Once this breaks, it should become resistance, and then we look for that 15.6 again. Now, this is on the daily. Of course, there's going to be lots of ups and downs in the middle. I'm going to go into the 4-hour here in a minute. But once we break this, then I'm looking for the 97. If that breaks, then I'm looking for the 35 to 3,700. I still believe that is in the cards. Definitely. Before we go on to the 4-hour, quick word from my sponsor, Prime XBT. Check them out. Best trading platform in my opinion. All you need is an email to sign up. Definitely check them out. Link is down below. Use my promo code Savvy50 to get you up to a $7,000 bonus. Savvy25 will get you 25% off your fees. We'll be right back with the 4-hour.
Begin your path to financial freedom. Gain up to a $7,000 bonus on us. Register and use promo code. Deposit and enjoy a 7% bonus. Available now. Link in the description.
All right, guys, let's look at the 4-hour, see what's happening. We are right on that white trend line right now is the time of making this video. Looks like we're going to break it again. Guys, if we close, open and close a 4-hour above 25,688, or below, I'm sorry, below 25,688, and we break this 25,6, it is let me show you. We looked at the fibs yesterday. We got rejected at this fib here. We're going to zoom out. 0.236 at 28. We got rejected. Came back down. We are testing this now. We are beating on this. The more we beat on this EMA, or I'm sorry, this Fibonacci level, which is the 0.382, our next Fibonacci level is going to be 23.6 to 23.7 range. So we may bounce around here for a little bit. Once this breaks, then we're looking for that target I showed you earlier, 24 or 22.4 down to 21.7 is the golden pocket zone. And then we have the 0.786 down at 18.987. You see how these fibs work, guys? It follows them almost perfectly. So be cautious. I know everybody's extremely bullish. You can also look at the RSI over here. I drew these trend lines right off of here. We broke it, came back up and tested it. We are destined for more downside, in my opinion here, guys. So again, just be cautious, be aware. I know everybody's super bullish, ETF, blah, blah, blah. All that stuff is hype, guys. And we'll take a look at how that works in the XRP chart here in a minute. Let's take a look at BNB. As you guys know, I think it's pretty much the same thing happening as FTX, just taking a little bit longer. And we're going to zoom into this area right here, right? These were the areas I told you to watch for breakdowns. And as you can see, we broke down when we hit them. Here is Binance zoomed in. Now, this is best case scenario, in my opinion, 67. If it breaks down below that, it's going to look more like FTX, in my opinion. So we had our target here. I told you once we broke down from this channel, look for 202. That's where we got our bounce. Now, we could still possibly get a run up to 243, right? If we do that, I would definitely put in a short if I was trading. I don't trade garbage coins, but you do you. You can make money doing it. So I'm not knocking traders on it. But we break this 202. Our next level is 148. And that's just a measured move. Looking at this as a bear flag right here. And that gets us at 148. If 148 breaks, look for 67. If 67 doesn't hold, it's going to look a lot like this, in my opinion, guys. XRP, the hype coin. Here's a big hype, drop, big hype, drop, big hype. The hype gets less and less powerful, guys. I have targets from 4 cents to 25 cents here. I do believe we are going to be seeing that. Dying penny stock, that's what this pattern is. Go look at penny stocks. You'll see this pattern over and over and over and over again. It does not end well. Ethereum, right here, 1837. If we were able to get the big pump in the markets today, right? If we are, we could see that. Otherwise, we're looking for that 1436 range. If that breaks, then we look for 926. And that doesn't mean in a day, guys. These targets take time to play out, right? I warned everybody way over here, way over here. So just be careful. I cannot stress that enough. I make this channel to kind of make you guys aware of another view, because all the other YouTubers and Twitter heads, X heads, all they want to talk about is the upside, make you think you can get rich just buying Bitcoin. Well, most people aren't buying $100,000, $1 million worth of Bitcoin. So chances are you're not going to get rich, even if it shot up, unless you have a lot of money vested in it, right? So trading is the way to go. Definitely check out Prime XBT down below. It takes practice. You're not going to jump in and retire tomorrow, right? Start out with trading for free. You can do that on Prime by using the contest section for free, and you can actually win tradable funds if you win the contest. Check it out and get you used to the platform. Then if you get a trading strategy that's working for you, there is no cookie cutter program that works for everyone, right? Everyone's financial situation is different. Everybody's risk tolerance is different. Everyone's financial situation is different. You got to figure out a strategy that works for you. You can use technicals in your strategy many different ways. Some people like different indicators than others. I show you what I got. I use pretty much just a VRVP and the RSI, and the rest is trend lines, EMAs. Check out my EMA strategy video. So anyways, there's a lot. There's no cookie cutter program. And I believe anybody selling courses can't trade. Those that can't teach, right? If they're that good at trading, they wouldn't have to sell courses to make money. Remember that. That's why I don't sell courses. I am going to be working on free courses. Let me know if that sounds good down below. I definitely will be working on that soon now that we're almost totally moved in. Well, we're moved in. We're just not unpacked. Got a lot to do there. But anyways, that's my targets for Ethereum, right? Biggest money grab in history coming for traditional markets. I've been talking about it for a long time. So this is the area we need to watch for Litecoin to drop through. And that's 62.13 area. And then we have some support at the VRVP at around 53 bucks. But the measured move of this rising broadening wedge breakdown gets us down to about 15 bucks. So these are my targets between 15 and 25. If things get really bad, it could still go much, much lower. Thank you so much for watching, and I want to thank all you guys for the support for the channel. Make sure you smash that thumbs up. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think. Are you bullish? Are you bearish? Are you confused? Remember, there will always be more opportunities in markets. Opportunities always pop up in markets. Once you learn the markets and you sit back, relax, and sometimes you got to wait a long time for a trade, right? And sometimes you'll miss a trade and then you got to wait a long time, but it's well worth it if you take the time to learn. Take it easy, guys. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.